There is, though, a little problem. Actually, it's not a little problem, it's a big problem. As for some time now, these original texts have been under severe attack from within the church and from without the church, unbeknownst to most Christians, and I'm sad to say, unbeknownst to most ministers. People today buy Bible translations based on their readability, which you cannot blame them because they're just trusting. They believe it's one Bible. And I got to tell you, I was already a minister for some years until I realized that there are some magnificent differences between certain translations. I do not want to get too deep into this issue, but it's a serious and dangerous issue that, especially when it comes to the Greek New Testament, we have allowed liberal forgeries into the canon of Scripture. So the textus receptus, or the received text that the Reformers used, and which is the text on which both the King James Version and the New King James Versions are based, has been secretly replaced by a patchwork of countless, of thousands of fragments. They have been put together and they have built a new New Testament, and they call it the so-called the so-called critical text. These are countless unconnected fragments from different fragment families, and especially when it comes to the Alexandrian family, which is one of the largest, was known to be a hotbed of heretics and false transcribers and false teachers. And then you find the following footnote. Older manuscripts do not contain this part of the Bible. And this is a little bit a sleight of hand. Actually, it's a big one. Because older doesn't mean better. So this is how it works. You have 1,000 fragments that say the woman caught in adultery is part of the New Testament. And then you have one that is older, albeit from Alexandria, that doesn't have it. And then we can say older, and some even add more reliable manuscripts do not contain this part. This is a problem. This is an assault on the Scriptures itself. Now let me say one more thing. The ESV, the New American Standard Bibles, it's not that I'm saying they're not Bibles, okay? To be very clear. They're just very bad translations. That's all I'm saying. I'm also not saying that the King James Version is without problems. Some words have changed their meanings. I think it needs a revision, but people cannot agree on one. I'm not saying that the New King James Version is the inspired translation. There is no inspired translation.